At my aunt and uncle's in rural Wisconsin, late at night, I can't sleep. Go outside and have a smoke. It's October, so pretty chilly but no snow. Super quiet, newish moon, so also very dark. They live on a lot of land that is relatively uncleared, except for the house and some outbuildings. It's all trees and trails with a big boggy patch in the middle. Still not sleepy, so I start wandering their plot, take a trail into the trees. Come out to a little outcropping with the bog before me. Still very quiet, wasn't exactly spooked, but I got that sudden feel of eyes on me. Look around, but nothing but moon, shadows and reeds. Something laughs at me. Couldn't tell if it was in my head or actual sounds, but it was very loud, unfriendly laughter, like a joke at my expense. Brush animals burst into a frenzy all around. Dozens of birds winged the fuck out of there, squawking, and what sounded like a deer maybe crashed through the brush. Stood there like a frozen idiot while the nature around me noped the fuck out. I soon followed suit. Didn't sleep a wink that night. Uncle gets up with the dawn and finds me nursing a coffee in the kitchen. Tell him what happened earlier, try to laugh about it, but he seems unpleasantly surprised and resigned. Stares at me for a moment, takes a deep breath. Tells me to follow him. Uncle leads me to the cellar, and we go down the steps. Haven't been down there in years and years. There's a door on the far wall I didn't remember ever seeing. Ask him where the fuck that goes after he opens it to stark blackness. He gives me a look as he snags a lantern from a shelf by the door, says, "Old root cellar my grandpa dug, follow me." Walk into a small square room that has a rough tunnel in the back corner, looks kinda like a mine shaft but rather short. Wood trusses every few feet, you know what I mean. Tunnel isn't very long, we walk for maybe a full minute. Come to the end of the tunnel, a rough door. It's just a slab of old wood held in place by some cinder block along the bottom. We move it out of the way and step through into the grey dawn. I look around, blinking the dark from my eyes and adjusting to the light. Realize we're just a handful of yards downwind from where I had stood last night overlooking the bog. Look at my uncle to see him studying me expectantly. "This is about where you were last night, yeah?" All I can do is nod. I hadn't told him where I'd heard the laughter. He starts telling me about how his family first settled on this land, from Norway. Strange sounds and things had always plagued the boggy area. His grandfather had done most of the building and clearing of the land, and had inexplicably died shortly after digging out the root cellar. He had apparently been obsessed with this root cellar, and had never allowed anyone but himself inside, not even to just grab a jar of pickles. After his grandpa died, my uncle and his brother finally went down to investigate the root cellar. That's when they found the tunnel. At this point he motions me to go back through the door, and we walk about halfway back up the tunnel. Here at a slight bend he stops, and looking at me moves the light close to the wall. There is a hole here I hadn't noticed on our way through the first time. My uncle, visibly pale now and a slight shake to his hand, asks if I want to take a look. Something in his voice tells me I fucking shouldn't, but I can't resist. I peer over the rim of this hole. Absolutely pitch black, and the light seems to be swallowed by it in an off-putting way, like it's barely penetrating in. Oh shit balls, as I hear that same laughter again, but so much louder. Nearly break my neck spinning around to look at my uncle. His eyes are wide, he heard it too, seems frozen in place. Against my very instincts I look again. Eyes, or something, dimly reflecting the lantern light back at us. Dozens of them,